Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, we have discussed about existence of fundamental particles in an atom, that is regarding protons, neutrons and electrons. We studied even about the distribution of these fundamental particles in an atom also, and also we considered the charges present over the particles. So we said protons are positively charged particles, electrons are negatively charged particles, and regarding neutrons, they are neutrally charged particles. And further we said those protons and neutrons constitutes the nucleus of an atom, while electrons are going to revolve around the nucleus. Okay, and even we said regarding mass distribution, 99.94% of the atomic mass is get concentrated on the center itself. Okay, and remaining mass will be distributed in the form of a electron. Well, we switch over to the continuous part of that. Well, in this session we are going to discuss about, okay, calculation of number of fundamental particles. Okay, finding the number of fundamental particles in a, it may be given atom, or it may be given ion, or it may be any chemical species. So if any some chemical species is given, how to get the, okay, the fundamental particles present in it. Say in the last session we have discussed about atomic number, mass number, and regarding protons, atomic number itself gives the number of protons, and regarding the neutrons, what we said, mass number minus atomic number gives the number of neutrons. Okay, so in an atom, what we said, electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, and what about protons and neutrons? Protons and neutrons, they are present in the nucleus of an atom. So diagrammatically, how I represented, say protons, the positively charged particles, they are present in the center of an atom, it constitutes the nucleus, while electrons are going to revolve. Okay, electrons are going to revolve around the nucleus, so we say it is a revolving electron. Both so constitutes the atom. Okay, so if you look at another diagram also, see here protons and neutrons, they constitute the nucleus, while electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, well, further I considered regarding number of protons, which quantity indicates the number of protons is going to indicate the atomic number of an element. Okay, and what about mass number? Mass number is nothing but it is the sum of protons and neutrons, which means the mass number indicates the total number of protons and neutrons, or another words what we can say, nucleons. Okay, well, then how we get number of neutrons? As I said, mass number minus atomic number, A minus Z. Okay, so it gives the number of neutrons. Further, if it is a neutral species, as I said, in case of atoms, say number of electrons and number of protons will be equal, so it means atomic number itself indicates the number of protons as well as number of electrons. So remember, for all atoms, okay, for all atoms of an element, atomic number itself indicates the number of protons as well as number of electrons. Okay, well, then if it is an ionic species, okay, an ion is an atom or a group of atom in which number of electrons is different from the number of protons. So what is the noticeable thing here? If it is a neutral species, number of protons will be equal to number of electrons, but if it is an ion, remember, if it is an ion, number of protons are not equal to number of electrons. In that case, we have to find out the number of electrons separately. Okay, remember, if it is a ionic species, in that case number of protons are not equal to number of electrons. Well, say we go for a concept. Well, if it is an ion, say one case, say atom, the diagram represents the atom. If one of the electron is lost from an atom, okay, if one of the electron is lost, what happens? If one electron is lost means we know that when they are going to carry neutral charge, only when number of protons are equal to number of electrons, that chemical species will be neutrally charged. Now, what I said here, if one of the electron is lost, then atom will be get converted into ion. And what charge is going to be here? Is going to be a positive charge. If one electron is lost, is going to carry plus one charge. If two electrons are lost, plus two charge. Okay. So it becomes a monovalent cation. What we are saying, monovalent, since it's going to carry plus one charge, therefore we say monovalent. It is a cation, positively charged particle. Okay. Similarly, if I continue this session, say if one more electron is lost from an atom, what happens? That monovalent cation is get converted into, okay, is going to carry how many charges now? Two charges. Already it has a one positive charge. Now one more electron is lost, so that is going to carry plus 2 charge. So plus 2 means divalent cation. It means how cations are formed. Generally what I can say, by losing the electron, atom is get converted into a cation. Okay, generally how cations are formed means, what we can say, by losing one or more electron. By losing one or more electron, that chemical species will be converted into cationic species. So here atom is get converted into monovalent cation by losing one electron. Further is get converted into divalent cation by losing two electrons. Well, what you have seen here, an atom by losing electron converted into monovalent cation. Further, this monovalent cation by losing one more electron is get converted into divalent cation. So here, what is to be remembered? Atoms by losing one or more electron will be get converted into respective cations. Okay. Well, and here whatever the charge, positive charge formed, it corresponds to number of electrons lost. So for example, a chemical species X is going to have plus 3 charge. What I am saying, a chemical species X is going to have plus 3 charge. What it means? That plus 3 charge indicates 3 electrons are lost. Okay, by losing 3 electrons is going to get a positive, okay, plus 3 charge. Well, overall what I can say here, if number of electrons are less than number of protons, okay, overall how those cations will be formed means, if number of electrons are less than number of protons in any chemical species, resultant will be what type of particle? A positively charged particle will be formed, or simply what I can say, a cations are formed. Okay, what is to be remembered here? If number of electrons are less than number of protons, resultant will be cations. Okay, then consider again a atom. So atoms are neutral in nature, so equal number of cations and anions. Okay, number of cations present in the nucleus will be equal to number of electrons revolving around the nucleus. So atom as a whole, it is electrically neutral one. Now for an atom, if you add an electron, okay, now what we are doing, we have taken an atom and now we are adding that one of the electron to atom. So addition. So we are adding electron. When we add electron, what changes happens? Say here, addition of an electron resultant into atom having, as for this diagram consideration, there will be one proton in the nucleus, but how many electrons? There will be two electrons present in the outermost shell, or I can say they are revolving around the nucleus. Now what changes we have made? By adding electron, say number of protons remain same, but what changed? The number of electrons increases. If number of electrons increases, what is the charge then? Is going to carry a negative charge. So that negatively charged particles are commonly called anions. Okay, now what we can say here, if number of electrons, if number of electrons are greater than more than number of protons, then what type of particles will be formed? A particle is formed with a negative charge, or we can say anion. Okay, remember, if number of electrons are greater than number of protons, then anions will be formed, a negatively charged particle. So again here, whatever the quantity of charge indicates the number of electrons added or gained by that chemical species. Okay, well, before going for example, remember, for neutral species, okay, for any neutral atom, atomic number itself indicates the number of protons as well as number of electrons. Okay, then if you go for charged particle, well, in case of ions, cations as well as anions, so here atomic number indicates the number of protons, no doubt, but number of electrons are not given by atomic number. Okay, so here we made a generalized form. In case of cation or anion, number of electrons will be equal to atomic number minus charge. Okay, whatever the quantity, plus means plus we have to take, minus means minus we have to take. So well, while going with the examples, it will be more clear for you. Coming to the first example, say carbon 12 isotope. Okay, carbon 12 isotope means, say carbon atomic number 6, mass number 12, we know this. So now in carbon atom, what is the number of protons then? As I said, is a neutral species, atomic number itself indicates the number of protons. Now I can say here number of protons is nothing but atomic number itself. What is the atomic number? 6. Therefore, number of protons will be 6. Well, what about number of electrons? Here, while going with number of electrons, we have to look for, is there any charge present over them? Yes, whether carbon 12 has any charge? No, it is a neutral species. Then what is to be remembered now? For all neutral species, atomic number itself indicates the number of electrons. Okay, well, here number of electrons is nothing but, yes, it is equal to number of protons itself, that is atomic number itself. Then what is the answer? 6. So number of protons are 6, number of electrons are also 6. Then what about neutron then? The number of neutrons will be equal to mass number minus atomic number, or I can say number of protons. So mass number how much? 12. Atomic number 6. So 12 minus 6, that is 6 is the number of neutrons. So overall, what is the conclusion here? A carbon 12 isotope contains how many protons? 6 protons. How many electrons? 6 electrons. How many neutrons? 6 neutrons. Then what is the total number of fundamental particles? Total number of fundamental particles present in carbon 12, that is 6 protons plus 6 electrons plus 6 neutrons. What is the answer? 18. Okay, as like we have to analyze the, we have to calculate the fundamental particles, that is individually or else according to the question asked. Okay, well, we go for one more example. Magnesium 24. So magnesium atomic number 12 and mass number 24. Well, here again in magnesium atom, if I consider number of protons, neutral species, so directly atomic number itself is the number of protons, so it will be 12. And what about electrons? Since it is not going to carry any charge, so atomic number itself indicates the number of electron also. Okay, so number of electrons is equal to 12. Then if I consider number of neutrons, mass number minus atomic number, 24 minus 12, that is answer is 12 neutrons. So here also, if I consider magnesium contains 12 protons, 12 electrons and 12 neutrons. What is the total number? 36 fundamental particles. Okay. Well, now coming to the next example, say now what is the consideration? I have considered magnesium 2 plus ion. Now what it is? It is a cation, a charged particle. Well, now in magnesium ion, if I consider number of protons, no change. It may be cation or anion. Atomic number itself indicates the number of protons. So, number of protons is equal to atomic number. For magnesium, what is atomic number? 12. So, number of protons is equal to 12. Well, coming to the number of electrons. Now, what I said? For ionic species, it may be cation or anion. What is the formula? Atomic number minus charge. If it is cation, charge of cation. If it is anion, charge of a anion. Okay. So, number of electrons is equal to atomic number minus charge of cation. Well, what is atomic number? 12 minus, what is the charge of cation? Plus 2. So, I have taken plus 2 here. So, 12 minus into the bracket plus 2. So, minus into plus, it is minus. So, 12 minus 2, what is the answer? 10. So, I can say here, number of electrons present in Mg2 plus will be, how many electrons present? 10 electrons present. Okay. Well, then coming to the number of neutrons, again there is no change. What is the general formula? Mass number minus atomic number, A minus Z. So, mass number 24, atomic number 12. So, 24 minus 12, answer 12. So, the only change is with respect to number of electrons. So, what is to be remembered here? Number of electrons is equal to atomic number minus charge. Okay. So, in magnesium 2 plus, how many protons present? 12 protons present. How many electrons present? 10 electrons present. And how many neutrons? 12 neutrons present. Then, what is the total number of fundamental particles? 12 plus 10, 22 plus 12, 34. So, total 34 fundamental particles present in Mg2 plus ion. What about Mg? 36. Magnesium, 36 fundamental particles present. Mg2 plus 34 fundamental particles present. Okay. Well, then coming to the next example. Well, if I consider oxide O2 minus ion. Well, we know oxygen atomic number 8, mass number 16. Therefore, accordingly, number of protons is equal to atomic number 8. So, number of protons is equal to 8. Now, what type of ion it is? It is a anion, negative, going to carry a negative charge, minus 2. Now, here, number of electrons is equal to again atomic number minus charge of anion. In cation, what we said? Charge of cation. Now, in this case, charge of a anion. So, number of electrons is equal to atomic number. What is atomic number? 8 minus, say minus, charge of anion. So, minus bracket of, what is the charge? Minus 2. So, bracket of minus 2. So, 8 minus into minus, it becomes plus. So, 8 plus 2. So, what is the answer? 10 is the answer. So, I can say here, number of electrons is equal to 10. So, protons 8, number of electrons is equal to 10. Then coming to the number of neutrons, again no change, mass number minus atomic number. So, mass number 16 minus atomic number 8. So, 16 minus 8. So, answer 8. So, overall I can say in an oxide ion, okay, how many protons present? 8 protons present. What about electrons? 10 electrons present. And what about neutrons? 8 neutrons present. So, what is the total number of fundamental particles? 8 plus 10, 18, okay, plus 8, 26. So, oxide ion has 26 fundamental particles, or I can say oxide ion is made up of 26 fundamental particles, out of which 8 protons present in the nucleus, 10 electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Again, 8 neutrons are also present in the nucleus. Okay. Well, I hope you are getting these concepts. Then coming for the next example, carbon dioxide. Now I considered a molecule. Okay. Before that I considered the first example, I have considered the atoms. Next I have considered the cation, then anion. Now I'm considering a molecule, carbon dioxide molecule. Well, how this molecule is formed? When according to this, one carbon atom, two oxygen atoms, they combine by fixed ratio. Resultant will be a carbon dioxide molecule. Means atoms combine in a fixed ratio by mass to give molecules. A carbon dioxide molecule will be formed here. Okay? Means when I think of fundamental particles, when atoms combine, then while calculating fundamental particles also, what is necessary thing? We have to add those fundamental particles. As like atoms added, we have to add number of fundamental particles. We have to add protons present in all constituent atoms, neutrons present in all constituent atoms, and even electrons present in the all constituent atoms, which gives the fundamental particles. That's it. Well, if I consider a carbon dioxide molecule is made up of one carbon and two oxygen atoms. Therefore, if I consider total number of protons, total number of protons means number of protons present in one carbon atom and number of protons present in two oxygen atoms. So, what is the formula we get now? So, number of protons of one carbon plus into plus 2 into, why this 2 taken? Since there are 2 oxygen atoms present. Therefore, 2 into number of protons of a oxygen. Okay. Please make it clear. Total number of protons is nothing but number of protons of carbon plus number of protons present in 2 oxygen atoms. Therefore, I have taken here plus 2 into number of protons of a oxygen. Well, carbon atomic number how much? 6. So 6 is the number of protons. 6 plus 2 into number of protons of oxygen. What is the atomic number of oxygen? 8. So 2 into 8. So 6 plus 2 into 8, 16. 6 plus 16, 22. So now I can say a molecule of carbon dioxide contains how many protons? 22 protons. Okay. Similarly, if you go for electrons, total number of electrons. Again, here also we have to add number of electrons of carbon plus number of electrons present in how many oxygen atoms? 2 oxygen atoms. So, general formula for this molecule, number of electrons of carbon plus 2 into number of electrons of a oxygen. Okay. Well, is a neutral one. Therefore, we have to consider number of protons will be equal to number of electrons, that is number of electrons of carbon is equal to 6 plus 2 into number of electrons of carbon means it is 8. So 6 plus 2 into 8 16. So 6 plus 16 22. Okay. So total number of protons is equal to 22. Total number of electrons is also equal to 22. Then coming to the total number of neutrons. Total number of neutrons. So it is the number of neutrons of carbon plus 2 into number of neutrons of oxygen. So for carbon, how we get number of neutrons? Again, mass number minus atomic number. So for carbon, what is the mass number? 12, atomic number 6. So number of neutrons of carbon is nothing but 12 minus 6, okay, plus 2 into 2 as it is bracket of number of neutrons of oxygen. So oxygen atomic number 16, mass number 8. So 2 into the bracket 16 minus 8. So 12 minus 6, 6 plus, okay, 16 minus 8, 8 is the answer. 8 into 2, 16. So 6 plus 16 again 22. So overall what I can say? a molecule of carbon dioxide contains, okay, total number of protons, 22 protons, 22 electrons and 22 neutrons. Okay, well, then coming to the one more example, sulfate. Okay, now here earlier I have considered a neutral molecule, right, carbon dioxide. Now I have considered a ionic species. It's a ionic species, sulfate, SO4 2 minus. So it is a sulfate anion. Now here total number of protons, well, again there is no change in the total number of protons. Means how to get total number of protons is equal to number of protons of sulfur plus 4 into, again why 4, there are 4 oxygen atoms, so I have taken here 4 into number of protons of oxygen. Well, sulfur, so atomic number 16, so 16 plus 4 into atomic number 8 for oxygen, so 4 into 8, so 16 plus 8 4s are 32, so 16 plus 32, answer is 48. So what it is, total number of protons is equal to 48 here. Now coming to the total number of electrons. First we have to consider, so only the neutral species, means number of protons of sulfur as like, similarly now number of electrons of sulfur plus 4 into number of electrons of oxygen, number of electrons of oxygen minus charge of a anion. Okay, well, we'll try to get this. So number of electrons of sulfur, so again 16 plus 4 into number of electrons of oxygen 8 minus charge of anion. It's a anion, right? So charge of anion minus bracket of what is the charge, minus 2. So minus 2 is the charge. Well, 16 plus 8 4s are 32, minus into minus plus, so 16 plus 32 plus 2, so what is the answer, 50. Okay, so total number of electrons is equal to 50. Total number of protons 48, but total number of electrons is equal to 50. Well, then if I consider total number of neutrons, again there is no change. It is the number of neutrons of sulfur plus 4 into number of neutrons of a oxygen. So here for sulfur, atomic mass number 32, atomic number 16, so 32 minus 16 plus 4 into the bracket. For oxygen, mass number 16, atomic number 8, so 16 minus 8. So 32 minus 16 plus 16 minus 8 4s are 32, so 16 plus 32, answer 40. So if I consider sulfate anion, it contains 48 protons, 50 electrons, 48 neutrons. Okay, well, coming to the last example, phosphate ion. Okay, so in phosphate ion, PO4 3 minus. Well, total number of protons is equal to, how we will get, number of protons of phosphorus plus 4 into number of protons of a oxygen. Well, here phosphorus atomic number 15, so 15 plus 4 into 8, so 15 plus 8 4 so 32, so 15 plus 32, answer 47. So I can say a molecule of phosphate ion has 47 protons, total number of protons. Now coming to the total number of electrons. So what I said, number of electrons of phosphorus plus 4 into number of electrons of oxygen minus charge of anion. So what we get, 15 plus 4 into 8 minus bracket of what is the charge, minus 3, so minus 3 is taken here. So 15 plus 32 minus into minus plus 3, so answer 50. Okay, so the phosphate ion also has 50 electrons. Then coming to the neutrons, total number of neutrons is equal to number of neutrons of phosphorus plus 4 into number of neutrons of oxygen. Okay, well, phosphorus 31 is the mass number, 31 minus 15 plus 4 into 16 minus 8. So 16 plus 32, so 48 neutrons. So it is regarding how to get the fundamental particles or how to calculate the fundamental particles. Okay. Well, I hope it is clear for you. Well, we go for some objective type of questions. Coming to the first question, what it is? Number of fundamental particles in a carbide ion. Options, first option 6, second option 12, third option 22 and the fourth option is 10. Well, here what is carbide ion? So carbide ion is nothing but a carbon atom carrying -4 charge. Carbon atom carrying -4 charge is called carbide ion. Okay, so -4 charge means C4 minus. Okay, so I can say here, say answer is 22. Well, how we got that answer means, say carbide C4 minus. What is the question here? Number of fundamental particles. Means we have to look for total number of fundamental particles. Well, carbon, what is atomic number? 6. Mass number 12. Okay. Then I can say here, number of fundamental particles will be equal to number of electrons plus number of protons plus number of neutrons. Now, coming to the first one, number of electrons. So, number of electrons is nothing but atomic number plus whatever the charge present in them. So, 6 plus 4 will be the number of electrons. This quantity indicates number of electrons. The number of protons 6, number of neutrons is also 6. So 6 plus 4, 10 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. So 10 plus 6, 16, 16 plus 6, 22. So we got the answer. Okay. Well, number of electrons present in nitride ion. So number of electrons present in nitride ion. Nitride means N3 minus, right? So first we look for the options. So nitride ion, N3 minus, atomic number 7, mass number 14 for nitrogen. So it is a nitride, N3 minus is going to carry -3 charge. Then how we get number of electrons? Number of electrons is equal to atomic number minus charge of anion. So what is the atomic number? 7 minus charge of anion -3. So that minus into minus becomes plus. So 7 plus 3. So what is the answer? Answer is 10. Well, so nitride means, as I said, it is the N3 minus. So electron means, as I said, atomic number minus charge of anion. So minus into minus it becomes plus. So 7 plus 3, answer is 10. So question, number of electrons present in nitride ion. Answer 10. Okay. Well, coming to the next question, isoelectronic species with carbon monoxide. Well, here we should be aware about the meaning of isoelectronic species. Well, say isoelectronics, this iso refers to same, isoelectronic means having same number of electrons. Chemical species having same number of electrons are called isoelectronic species. Okay, remember, a chemical species having same number of electrons are called isoelectronic species. Now what they are asking, what is the question here? Isoelectronic species with carbon monoxide means whatever the number of electrons present in carbon monoxide will be equal to some given chemical species. If both are same, then I can say carbon monoxide is isoelectronic with that chemical species. It means how to get the answer for this? We have to look for total number of electrons present in carbon monoxide as well as in the given options. Wherever we meet the same number, it indicates those chemical species are isoelectronic with each other. Okay. Well, now here answer for this question is both 2 and 3 means cyanide, Cn minus and N2. Well, how to analyze this? First, we consider, say for carbon monoxide, if I consider total number of electrons. So, number of electrons of carbon plus number of electrons of oxygen. Say number of electrons of carbon 6, number of electrons of oxygen 8. So, how many electrons present? 14 electrons present in molecule of a carbon monoxide. So, total number of electrons is equal to 14. Okay, well, keep it in mind. Coming to the first option, say O2. Okay, now here if I want to calculate total number of electrons, how will get 2 into number of electrons of oxygens. So 2 into oxygen 8. Okay, so 2 into 8. What is the option we get? 16 electrons present. Carbon monoxide contains 14 electrons, but O2 contains 16 electrons. Can I say it is isoelectronic? No, because they have different number of electrons. To say isoelectronic, what is necessary thing? They must and should have same number of electrons. Okay, then I can say first option is wrong. Well, coming to the second, cyanide Cn minus. Now in this case, total number of electron will be carbon 6, nitrogen 7 minus charge. So 6 plus 7 minus into minus plus. Okay, plus 1. So 6 plus 7 plus 1. So what is the answer? 14 electrons. So cyanide ion has 14 electrons. Carbon monoxide also has 14 electrons. Then I can say cyanide ion and carbon monoxide both are isoelectronic species. Yes, second is true. In this case, second is true. Coming to nitrogen, N2. Total number of electrons is equal to 2 into number of electrons of nitrogen. So 2 into number of electrons of nitrogen is 7. So 2 into 7, what is the answer? 14. Well, this nitrogen also has 14 electrons. Carbon monoxide also has 14 electrons. Therefore, what is the answer we have opted? Both 2 and 3. That is, carbon monoxide is isoelectronic with cyanide as well as dinitrogen. Okay, well, coming to the next question, what it is? Number of electrons present in Al3 plus ion. Okay, well, Al3 plus ion means what it is? It is a cation. How we get number of electrons of a cation? Again, general formula, number of electrons is equal to atomic number, okay, atomic number minus charge of a cation. Well, before going for, we'll look for the options. Say aluminium, atomic number 13. First option is 13 itself. Second 10, third 26, and fourth one 16. So what is the answer here? Answer is 10. Well, how we got that 10 means? So number of electrons is equal to atomic number Z minus charge of the ion, charge of a cation. So Z 13 minus plus 3. So 13 minus 3. What is the answer? 10 is the answer. So option 2 is correct. Well, coming to the next question. Which of the following is most stable cation? Well, here they have specified some cations and they are asking about the stability, which is most stable among the given cations. First, we look for the options. First one, Mg2 plus. Second, Al3 plus. Third option, Na plus, and the fourth one, all. Well, here how to decide the stability of these ions means based on their electronic configuration. That concept I will discuss later. But now consider for these given options, Mg2 plus, magnesium 2 plus means if you write the electronic configuration is going to end up with the neon configuration, nearest noble gas, that is neon configuration. If you go for Al3 plus, if I write the electronic configuration of Al3 plus is also going to get neon configuration. Na plus atomic number 11, but Na plus one electron is lost here. So if you write the electronic configuration, sodium ion is also going to have neon configuration itself. Means Mg2 plus, Al3 plus, and Na plus. These three chemical species have again same number of electrons, 10 electrons each, and they are going to have neon configuration. Neon configuration means it is a one of the noble gas configuration. Remember, any chemical species, if they have noble gas configuration, will be more stable. Okay, therefore, what is the answer here? Fourth is the answer. All are going to have a stable cations. Okay, why we are saying all the ends exhibit a neon configuration, a noble gas configuration. Okay, well, coming to the next question, the total number of electrons present in permanganate ion. Well, first we look for the options. First option 25, second option 32, third option 57, and fourth option 58. So what is the answer here? Answer is 58. Well, what is permanganate ion means? It is the MnO4 minus. Okay, MnO4 minus. So how we get here total number of electrons? Number of electrons of manganese, right? Plus 4 into number of electrons of oxygen minus charge of an anion. Okay, if we simplify this, we get the answer. Well, with this, I am going to conclude today's session. Okay, I hope you understood all these concepts. Again, in the next session, I am going to deal with some other concept of a chemist. Thank you.